What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be checking out a game that I'm very excited about. It's very, very rare that I take the time to go back and check in on demos. Typically, my modus operandi is that once I cover a demo, I wait for a game to get its full release, just because typically demos don't really change that much. But in the case of our current contender, No Such Place, this game's had a whole bunch of stuff added to its demo, almost to like an early access level. So I figured we'd dive back on in today, we'd take a look at the game, and we would see if it's something you wanted to add to your wish list, or if it's one of those games you would rather not play for yourself. That is also perfectly fine. If after watching this, you wanted to check the game out, take a look at the old Steam page, they do have, so you've got to apply for it. I don't know if you'll get in, but their playtest, you've got to apply for it. I don't know if it's just open anymore, where when you apply for the playtest, it pops up and says, welcome to the playtest. Or if it's one of those things you're going to have to get on a wait list for. I've been on the playtest since like the beginning, just because the moment that I saw it, I signed up for it. But anyways, the link is down below in the description just in case you wanted to check that out. And then of course, you can also take a look down there to find a whole bunch of other Nerd Castle links, just in case you wanted to give them the old spicy click. So without further ado, let's jump on into it. What exactly is No Such Place? Well, No Such Place is actually kind of modeling itself to be a zombie apocalypse Zero Sievert, except that the theming and like the atmosphere of the game is completely different. It comes with a lot of customizability with regards to how you can make your character look, how you can make your character fight, and it's got like a bunch of little details that convince me that I think this game is actually going to be pretty rad once it comes out. So you can add it on into the stack of extraction style survival RPGs that you might want to play, just in case that genre tends to be your bag. In my case, it's definitely my bag. I would say that this genre is probably 80% of the games that I play in my free time. It's one of those things that you don't really have to convince me too hard if you're in my friend group to come and play with you. In this game, we are a secret agent or like a government operator that accidentally got sucked into like an eldritch dimension that's kind of like the upside down. And of course, the government being the government, once they've got an agent on this side of the wall, they were like, well, while you're there, we have no way to get you back to the real world. So while you're there, how would you like to be our go-to guy when it comes to orchestrating research and making sure that we're learning about this alternate dimension along the way? You get to build up a base, you do research, you send stuff back home through like a teleporter. I don't know how we're able to teleport stuff back, but we can't teleport people. I'm guessing there's specifics to it. Oh man, there's a whole bunch of you little guys in here, huh? Kind of had dudes all over the place right there for a second, completely and totally getting swarmed. Everybody wants a cuddle. And so at the moment, I'm actually on a scouting mission. So as you play the game, you're going to have a number of different people with the government that send you requests. I have loads and loads and loads of requests right now. That's my entire quest log at the moment. So I've got a lot of tasks that I'm supposed to be working on. I do need cheap textiles, and I think the zombies drop those more often than not. So I will throw those into my inventory just in case any of them have them over here. There's some more cloth and a textile. I am going to check this cabinet too. Cabinets have a lot of backpacks and things of that nature. They're kind of huge when I store them in my stash. I don't really need them, but every now and again, one of those little bureaus will give you something good. My current mission, however, the thing that I'm trying to accomplish, is that we have a number of points on the map that I need to go and investigate. You can see them marked right here with exclamation points. So I need to head north, and I need to see if I can get into that building right there. Then I'm going to check the abandoned camp. I'm going to try to check the military outpost, but it's really going to depend how ammo holds out during our adventure over here. I also need to put my gun on semi-auto fire because at the moment, right now, sometimes I fan the left click and multiple bullets come out. I would prefer for that not to happen because bullets tend to be in sort of short supply. Oh my God. Okay, they're everywhere. Yup. Well, the good news is when you're using high caliber weaponry, like I currently am, using ye oldie comrades AK-47. Actually, it's not an AK-47, it's an AKM because it's firing 7.62. But either way, I'm using ye oldie comrades assault rifle at the moment, and so I'm getting penetration on every single shot as I'm moving through these hordes. We don't have to worry about dropping excess ammo every single time that we reload. Instead, we need the key to the supermarket in order to get in there. I don't know where the key to the supermarket actually drops, and so we may be blocked off from completing that objective until we find that key. That's going to be one of those new features they've added to the game since the last time I played, is that they have inherited Tarkov's obsession with making you collect way more keys than you can possibly carry. Doesn't seem to be too bad for right now. While I've been wandering around the open world map, I think that I've only found, splints would be a really good idea. I will take splints. I broke my leg a couple of runs ago, and I just had to wait for it to heal naturally, and that sucked, man. You actually get like a brand new walking animation when you break your leg in this game, and it is one of those titles where lots and lots of those details are denoted on the player. When you break your leg, you limp for a while. When you fire your weapon, it's ejecting shell casings. You'll notice right there he actually racks the gun with the charging handle whenever he reloads it, although that time we weren't empty. I think you only have to pull the charging handle if it's anything like pistol. I don't own an assault rifle, but either way, there should have still been a round inside the tube. Technically, he should only pull the charging handle if you drain the magazine completely, but I was hoping that one of these little houses over here might have the key inside of it. I think the key can just spawn randomly, depending, inside pockets and inside cabinets and things of that nature. I will take that cloth. There it is, see? That's why I checked. Zombie had it all up inside his booty cheeks. And now that I'm done cheek diving, we're about to get this objective done. One thing I very much like about this game is actually they've implemented since the last time we played. So this game has a crazy amount of cosmetics in it. Some of them are grounded in reality. Some of them are utterly ridiculous, like wizard robes and like frog suits and stuff like that. But one thing I really like about this game is that it's got a layering system. You can have shirt, you can have pants, you can have boots, you can have a jacket that goes over the top of your shirt, you can have a belt, you can have a scarf, you can have a helmet. And so I love the way that like your armor goes over the top of everything else. And so far, not a lot of tearing. No matter what combination of like cosmetics I put on my character, they've all been A-okay. Did that get rid of my key? Okay, I just wanted to make sure my key wasn't single use or like brittle, because one of the things they established early inside the theming of this game is that everything that's in the other realm kind of slowly degrades and turns into like this magic garbage powder that nobody can really use for anything except for research. Man, they coming in right now. Oh, I'm poisoned. I was going to say, why is my screen flashing red? So we got shelves full of food for right now, but that did allow me to scout this location. I don't think, so we need the supermarket warehouse key to get in there too. What else do they have around here? Like a freezer? What's in the freezer? Just like mushrooms and some other stuff? Okay, and then these are going to be like shelf snacks. I'm kind of loaded up on food right now, so I don't think that I'm going to require any of this stuff, but we might as well eat and drink. Actually, I needed the fruity hard candies. I need those for a quest at the moment. This game doesn't take itself too seriously. One of the things that you find as you play through this game is that pop rocks are one of the ways if you rub pop rocks all over an item that's corrupted. We don't have any right now, but it stabilizes it and it stops it from rotting, and so candies of all kinds are kind of in high demand inside this universe. We do have vodka right there. I don't remember if I needed vodka for anything. I thought maybe I had a quest that needed vodka, but I'm not too sure. No, I needed cigarettes. That's what I needed. Vegetables, huh? Alright, well, I mean, I think I got most of the stuff that I needed for one of my quests. I probably will just juice up my stacks of food or whatever while I'm here, because my hunger meter is not as good as it might possibly be. We came into this mission a tiny bit peckish, but that leads us to our next objective that we need to go to, which is going to be this abandoned camp to the east. I'm going to save the best for last because the military camp is likely to get real hectic. See if I can drop these guys real fast. The biomass that you see a lot of these zombies and creatures dropping, that's going to be a currency that you can spend, so there are vendors on this side of like the upside down or whatever, and they only trade in zombie flesh. And so if you find things like biomass laying around, you're definitely going to want to keep them. An occult stone tablet, I'll take it. I don't know exactly what its use is going to be, but I will take it. I also needed to hit this lumber camp over here and maybe see if we can snatch ourselves like a couple of bits of wood. Drop that zombie over there. He's behind cover. Dodge out of the way of the spikes. I don't think this right here is going to have anything in it that I want. It does have a wizard hat, though. Can I put that on, or is it going to get rid of my hoodie? It gets rid of my hoodie. All right. My hoodie counts as a headpiece and as a jacket. Leave me this biomass over here, because I may need to restock up on bullets. So is there wood laying around here anywhere? Normally, my runs are pretty limited by how much ammo I have. This is a very, very shoot-heavy game. I go through, I mean, if I'm playing with like an SMG or like an MP5 or like an Uzi or something, I go through probably 700 rounds on a run, staying in for the full 30 minutes, but hopefully that doesn't happen here today. There's one of the woods that I needed for something. I think it was for my research table or my workbench or something like that. The down shot is we're about to be over encumbered. I can drop the vodka for a second, but I think I only needed 2 pieces of wood in order to make the research table back at my base, so I don't think I need to go much further with that. Instead, let's carry on to the east and knock out as many of these objectives as we can before I head back to base, because I don't know, dude, I'm one of those people that likes to get like 10 tasks done all at once. I like to be efficient like that. In this game, you do have attributes and you do have stats. They do level up. As they get to certain thresholds, you're going to get access to perks that are going to make your character quite a bit stronger than he was previously. I can give you a look at that menu right now, just in case you wanted to give it the old perusal. Here's my personal menu right here. So you've got your abilities score chart over on this side. I've used the SMG quite a bit more than everything else, so my reload time has been reduced right there. It looks like with this guy, my spread goes down quite a lot. Aiming in this game is kind of interesting. I don't really do it because I found that the guns are pretty accurate just while point firing, and so I don't really stress myself out too much about it. But one thing that I did want to do is I wanted to check in with this guy over here after I turn in the objective. And then I wanted to grab everything up inside these crates because I'm going to use it as vendor fodder, because you can sell stuff to this guy and he'll give you biomass in return as you're cruising on through. Normally there's like a crate back here too. We got like ammo, and it's 22 LR. I don't think that's going to be that helpful. That's not the type of bullet that goes womp, 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 womp. All right, we're out here trying to catch a body right now, trying to put some chalk marks on the scoreboard. And, like, I just don't think 22 LR is going to do it. And we got a hammer over here, a couple of hammers, actually, some music tapes. That's good. Those are researchable items. For every single researchable item you send back to the physical realm, like the world that we live inside of. I took my hands off the keyboard for just a sec. Isn't it amazing how whenever you play a video game, the second you take your hands off the keyboard to, like, scratch your nose, it doesn't matter how well you swept the area, something runs up and smacks you. I swear to God, this is a recurring experience with me inside of every video game ever, and like it's amazing how just guaranteed it is to happen. I'm making hand gestures and everything right now while I'm talking to the screen. What else do we have around here? Anything that we can turn in? All right, nothing too much, but if you've got 762, it will allow, he does have 762, it'll allow me to stay in on this thing for a lot longer. Yeah, let me vendor all my stuff to this guy. What does it cost me to buy 762? It's going to take me 17 biomass. Okay, he doesn't, oh, he does want that, so he can have the, he wants the Electro Dookie Pants injector for 35. I'll absolutely take that. I can probably sell both of these for a little bit more. What's he want for the stone tablet, like 40? Yeah, that'll do it. Give me the stone tablet real quick. That puts me at 86. Let's restock on ammo real rapidly while we're in the middle of a run. I actually really like that there's kind of like an in-zone currency and an out-of-zone currency that you can use to restock just mid-raid. Having vendors inside one of your missions is one of those things that they always said they were going to do with Tarkov, but just never quite did. We have a corrupted laser sight over here that I could potentially put on one of my firearms. I will sell all of these data items real quick so that I have enough to grab that. It's corrupted, so I'll have to stabilize it, but I do have stabilizing powder, so it should be okay. So I'll take that right there, we'll buy it, and then to corrupt this, or to uncorrupt it, I think we just have to do that right there. And so this should be stabilized. We can also get rid of the corruption on it in order, like, I think we have to have a device back at base to do it, but we can put a laser sight on there right there real quick. Ooh, 8537. We can get into the military control room. I kind of was looking for the key to turn on my laser sight, but I can't seem to find it. Well, maybe it's just infrared, and I'll just keep, that'll be my headcanon, is that it's an eye. Oh my God, there's so many. Okay, yep, all you guys go to sleep, please. Yeah, you know that ammo we just purchased? Well, we don't really have that anymore. Also, I'm poisoned, so we're gonna have to do something about that. Let me bandage up real quick. just to take the edge off that hit. I think we're also going to have snacky time real fast to fill up our stomach and also to drink real quick. There's no drink meter inside of the game. It'll just pop up with a little Moodle, Project Zomboid style, that lets you know. I got to put this thing back on semi. I'm using way too much ammo right now. Dude, I'm getting... Oh, it's because there's 2 spawners over here. Yeah, that'll do it. Double spawners. But we do have pure biomass on this side, which is really nice. And then we've got like a spore chamber right there. The pure biomasses, I think they're worth like 25 biomasses when you sell them to the in-raid vendor. I did need deer parts. I don't know if he's going to drop them, but I can try. So we got venison, and it looks like we got deer bones and a deer sinew. What else did I need? I needed a deer hide. So if we see another deer, we're probably going to have to pop a couple more holes in them just to make sure. Bunch of toolkits and vendor items right there. Weapon case on this side. It's got a little bit of 9mm inside of it for my sidearm, but I don't know if I want to take it with me. We need to get to the military base ASAP Rocky, I think. Oof. Okay. All right, things heating up ever so slightly out here in the field. Drop him real quick. They'll respond to the sound of my gunfire. You can get suppressors and things to kind of like take the edge off of it and make it less likely. But I have noticed that if you shoot and they're like off screen, they don't appear to have really good vision. In fact, I think they might be kind of like the mushroom monsters from The Last of Us, where they only operate based on sound or like echolocation or something, because if you shoot and then you move away from the spot where you shot, you don't really have to worry about them anymore. There's a big fish over here. Yep, fish are going to have to go because they're a threat. Oh my god, trapped up and beat down. Drop him real fast. So I killed one. There's another one up here behind the fence that potentially I could take care of, but he broke my leggies, dude. See, this is why, this right here is exactly why I took the splint. Splint my leg real fast so that I'm not limping. If you wanted to see the limp animation, there it is, and I can no longer sprint while I'm limping. But the game is just absolutely chock full of little details. I think that's what makes it stand out to me, as I think a title that's actually going to be a contender when it comes to sort of the zero-sievert genre, is that there's just so many little details that they took the effort to put in visually with this game. I do think they could have quite a bit better gunshot sounds. Like, I think that's one thing that's kind of lacking, is all the gunshots don't have like any low end to them. All of them are hella snappy and high-pitched. And I think a lot of the guns share the same sounds too, but let me take a look here and see. So in the military outpost, we've got to get up inside that leftmost area. So I can get through the fence right here, but that's not really what we're looking for. Instead, we're trying to get inside, but this place can be real, real bad. And so we more than likely just want to keep our heads on a swivel and see what we can accomplish here. Now, is that over there the military control room? Drop all of them. Bunch of little dudes in here that I'm going to have to get to, unfortunately. And also a spawner. So this is kind of a mess, because these things are going to hear the sounds of me shooting like across the hallway until I kill off their spawner. They're going to be a headache, and there's 2 spawners in here. Of course there's 2 spawners. Why wouldn't there be 2 spawners? Alright, 2 spawners drop, but that's leaving me a little bit low on ammo. The good news is, as we get further into this facility, there will be guys that drop ammo. Like, they actually drop 7.62 occasionally when you pop them. So, what was this right here? So, this is locked. Another spawner. Good God. The last time I came in here, it wasn't quite this hectic. I see a loot crate over here that may have ammo in it. What you got for me, baby? Well, worst case is we'll fall back on our pistol, I suppose. I could take an Uzi, actually. That one's clacked out a little bit better. This game does have a full gunsmithing interface where you can add stuff to all of your firearms. How much ammo do I have for this gun? Like 100 rounds. That's not a lot, but seeing as we're on a military base, I may be able to track down a few more. I will check this room real fast, just because locked rooms... Oh my God, what the hell is that? Okay. I don't know what it is, but anything on the desk? I don't think I've actually ever had a lootable desk. Well, I thought the shadow was something running up on me. We've got key to the sanatorium, building A room 1012. I don't have that key, so I'll take it. Over here, we've got incomplete files that are worth a fortune if I submit them back to headquarters. Anything lootable in here? File cabinets, I'll take it. Yup, everything we can get inside of here, because having a little bit of extra scrap and a little bit of extra stuff with the boss man back at HQ, always a good idea. Traveling bag, don't really need that. All right, well, we got like 8,000 bucks worth of currency out of that room, which is actually a sizable chunk. However, we do have zombies that are coming in here to investigate our existence. Those are going to be the ones that drop. Oh, dude, I ran out of ammo at the worst possible time. Wasn't paying attention. There's files on the floor. Can I go up and out this way? Well, I'm in the research station right now. Okay, let's go up and to the left then. Although it looks like we've got quite a few more zombies up here, so maybe we get some loot when we drop them. Or maybe we find like military crates or something out here. Yup, there's quite a few of them. Oh, I'm all out of ammo. Lovely. Well, it only takes 3 bullets to drop those dudes. I will take the biomass, but there's the 7.62 right there that tends to rain out of their bodies. Since I'm out of ammo for that gun, I'm just going to take the 7.62. I really like the AK in this game, so like I'm going to try to run it as much as possible because the AK and like the AR-15 tend to be really good. How dangerous is this going to be up here? This is about to be a bad area for me, isn't it? Alright, well, let's get rid of anything that runs first, and then we'll worry about the zombies. 2 zombies with 1 bullet. That's what I like to see. Alright, so we've made it to this location, and we have sufficiently scouted it for the game's quest prompt. Reload, reload, reload. And, of course, my cat's in here. She just sat in front of my ammo meter. Okay, so what's laying around this area that's going to be helpful? We're getting like 15 bullets off some of these guys when we kill them. The dog tags are worth a bunch of money too because they're from other soldiers that the government has sent to this side, and so the government likes it when you bring them back. We got an attachment box. What's that got? A Wolf T11903 basic bolt. That's for an SKS for like a Semenov, I think. All the guns in this game are renamed to avoid potential copyright issues. We only have 5 minutes to evac, so I should probably get on top of that sooner rather than later. Let me bandage up my wounds because I am beat to hell right now. Alright, so wounds have been bandaged. I gotta eat myself a snacky bar. The world's largest candy bar right there, dude. Not even king size. That's like emperor sized. Few more down. Hey, they're all dropping ammo though. Good. I don't really have a line on 7.62 ammo yet back at base. Like, I can buy very limited quantities of it. Like, I can buy like 40 of it in between each run. So the more ammo these guys drop, the better. They didn't drop anything though. Okay, well, let's see if we can get ourselves the hell out of here without too many problems. I gotta go back through the research building, which is gonna be a little bit of a headache, unless I can work myself around the outside. There's a URC crate in there. That's got the good stuff in it. Hold on, I gotta go check it. I'm getting greedy right now. I know we got 4 minutes till we go AWOL, but I think I can make it. Yeah, so we've got some camouflage pants right there, just in case that vibe is what you're into. Hat, we've got private security boots, an epinephrine injection. I'll take the pants for sure. Are they better than what I have? They're 1 defense, but they make me look more on theme, so I'll take them. All right, let's get the hell out of here. The good news is the evac is right outside of the research institute, so it's not going to be that hard to get there. You're always looking for like random objects in this game that get infused with whatever the energy is that drags us in between realms. Sometimes it's a toilet, sometimes like an armoire, sometimes like a dead guy laying in a corner. Who knows why anything happens inside this realm. But we did manage to get some stuff done, which is good. We got a number of important objectives finished off, and then I should have enough right now to build one of these crates too, to increase the amount of stuff that I can store up, which will be really, really helpful. As of right now, the game is not fully translated, as you can see on this side, but they have color-coded everything so that like green is confirm, red is like you don't have those objects, and so you don't really need the game to be translated in order to play it. All of the narrative storyline stuff is fully translated, so the stuff that matters is translated. The stuff that like is just kind of like buttons or whatever for confirming, those are not, but I found the game to be perfectly playable the way that it is. Let me reorganize my inventory for a second because I got things everywhere right now inside these crates, and I'd like to be a little more organized. Now that I've organized everything, inside your base you've got a number of different facilities you can interact with, and all of these are customizable. You can move them around wherever you want them to be. So if you want all your stuff to be in the bathroom, put all of your stuff in the bathroom if you want. We need to crash out because we get a fat buff for being well rested before we go into raid. But for the moment, this is the terminal. This is how you're going to talk to HQ and all the people that are giving you jobs. Different jobs are going to come up every single time you come through. So like right now, this guy's letting me know that he needs a key. So he needs a supermarket and you'll never have to fret about food anymore. I mean, I have already gone down there. So like, I'm glad that it backlogged that because that was a brand new quest, and going back to the place that I already went on my last run would have been kind of annoying. And what does this guy want over here? This guy wants biomass. I already have that, so like we can turn that in real quick. And then it looks like he wants some bootleg liquor, caviar, radiated bananas. He wants all kinds of weird little things. I did kill off the... Where's the quest that I killed off? Well, I can deliver the fabrics to this guy to get that quest banged out. And then I'll claim all that stuff. We killed off the fish while we were in the last mission, too. We got like 5 quests done, man. It was a pretty effective run for us. And each of these quests that you knock out, it's going to increase the amount of items and stuff that they offer you up inside the actual store right here. And so when you first start out, there's not really that many things on offer. You can get like a pistol and a basic outfit and a basic backpack, but as you do quests, they're going to add more things that you can requisition. And so for right now, I definitely want the 7.62. As much 7.62 as they can send me is the 7.62 that I'm going to buy. I do wish that this was more icon related. Like, it's hard to tell what gun you're getting out every single time you order one of these things in this title. And so like I do wish they visualized it a little better instead of just having the icons, but I guess it is what it is. We got lots of 5.56 available too. Technically we could tack out and start running like an M4 or something like that if we wanted to. And then we collect our spoils, like all the goodies that we got from doing all those quests. I got tactical arm sleeves. They give me armor, but they might kick off my watch. I'm not a huge fan of that. I like my watch, so I'm just going to like take those and keep them for later. But we did get a little bit of free 7.62, which is always nice. I don't really care about the field backpack, so I'll just kind of leave that where it's at. I'm using that as excess, like, overflow storage right now. I'll throw the gloves in there, and then I think what I needed to do was we need scrap iron and 3 wood to make a basic workbench. Right now, I have myself a research bench over here. At this bench, you can research new crafting things that you can just do inside of Raid in order to convert some items into other items. There's no, like, found in Raid or anything else like that in Tarkov, so I wouldn't worry about it too much, but it expands your crafting list over here with all the things that you can make while you're just in the middle of a run, just in case you find yourself sort of hosed and in need of something. Now we sleep, and then we go back in. I like this buff right here. It makes my stamina go down super slow. And I'm kind of like overweight right now, the gear that I'm wearing with like this giant bomb disposal, I don't know, killer-looking vest. This thing is heavy as hell. Like, it slows you down and it fills up your encumbrance, and I don't really have the strength to support it at the moment. But we can go back to the map. It looks like there's going to be a bunch of different locations. I don't know how many of them are actively inside the current build. I couldn't tell you, but Forest Region is what we've got for right now. I'm guessing that when I complete more of the main objectives, they're going to kind of unlock more areas, but I'm not exactly sure how many of them are ready to roll right at this second. We still need to scout out a few more areas, and we still need to get a few more things done. So, hey, once more into the breach, my friends. Let's see what we can get done here. I need to pick up a few things for crafting as well, like the aluminum scrap or whatever. So, I think the military outpost was the one that I didn't get to. Unfortunately, I spawned like way up in the top left-hand corner. But the good news there is I could cut up to the forester storage. There should be a bunch of wood and a bunch of scrap metal up there that just kind of spawns in. We should also be kind of passively checking all of these doo-doo piles. Hey, there's the glass panel for the quest that we needed. I'll take it. And we should be checking all the doo-doo piles just to make sure there's nothing in there that's going to be highly useful. This game does reset your fire selection mode every single time you get out of a mission. So make sure if you're rocking it on semi, like I am. Did we get anything off that deer? Man, he's the deer slayer. This man out here just wiping out herds. Unfortunately, they're not really dropping anything. We got animal. I'm just going to pick up everything because I can't see it underneath their bodies. And there's the hide that we needed. So now I can kind of just dispose of all that stuff. There we go. So we got 2 woods. We got one of the things we needed for a quest already, which is great. Kind of a little bit of a waste of ammo, but that's the way she goes. I'm hoping we could pick up some scrap metal out here somewhere too. Drop that little guy. Scrap metal? No scrap metal in this one. Scrap metal's big. You'll know it when you see it. It takes up a fat chunk of the loot spot's inventory. Dodge out of the way of that. One more zombie right there trying to do his dance on me too. We got 30 minutes to play around with. We should be all right, especially with the rest buff. We should be able to move a little bit quicker. This is not the default movement speed. The armor that I'm wearing right now comes with a built-in 20% movement malice, so there's the scrap iron that I needed. However, I think we are going to leave this place, like, very, very overloaded. What's that? A pistol slide? I don't really need a pistol slide. What's in this trash pile? You got wood for me, baby? There we go. Everybody getting wood for the Splatty right now. Just the way I like it. Anything else laying around up here that we can maybe make use of? I will take the scrap electronics, and these guys right here are actually fairly rare too, those microprocessors, and so I'll grab those. Unfortunately, in the upside down, Taiwan is not spitting those things out as fast as they possibly can, and so we sort of got to source these things wherever we can get them. Shoot you. I don't really want to clack the deer, but I needed him the hell up out of the way. A sleeping bag might be useful for upgrading the bed or something. I don't really know. And now we're officially overweight. Is there a fast extract here that I can get my ass to? It looks like there's one off to the right. So this may be a super short run. We've got a corrupted viper over on this side. I don't have any way to purify it, so I don't really want to bring it with me. But corrupted items, they tend to have like mods on them, Diablo style, that just make them flatly stronger. So like it may be worth thinking about, but we can't modify it until we stabilize the corruption. I don't have any stabilizing powder on me right now. It's also not that good of a gun, so maybe I won't bring it with me. We got like shotguns, looks like we've got like some kind of 1911 or something over there. We got all kinds of corrupted stuff inside of here. One thing I do like, though, is that if a certain item spawns inside of a weapon crate, it very obviously has a modifier to increase the chance that you get a bunch of parts for that gun inside the crate with it. I've noticed that if I open a crate that has a shotgun in it, there'll also be a bunch of shotgun parts. If I open one with an AR inside of it, bunch of AR parts. That's really, really good. I actually like that feature a ton. Oh, it's a magic toilet. All right, well, suck me on down into the magic toilet. I guess we're doing this Harry Potter style. Harry Potter, the boy who wished you would. I got that wand right here. Expelliarmus, bro. That's how we do that right there. We have all the stuff we need in order to make our workbench. So I'll stamp that out real quick. I don't know what that's going to do for me. Doesn't look like it unlocked too many other things that are going to make my life easier. But we didn't have an objective to knock that out, so it should be all right. Let's go ahead and turn all this stuff in, and frankly, I think the game is great. I can't wait for it to come out. I'm very excited for this game to come out. Like, it's one of those things that has me amped. It's one of the games that sticks out to me as being particularly solid in quality. And so this game right here is called No Such Place. I'll go ahead and put a link for you down below so that you can join the playtest and play the game for yourself too. And that's about all I've got for you, folks. I will catch you all tomorrow with something hot and fresh off the indie skillet. But for now, it's time for me to go.